So many women sacrifice their dreams, their careers, their money, their health for men. And that is because it is only women who are conditioned to believe that love means making huge sacrifices and that their worth and value are tied to how well they serve others. And that is all on purpose, though, because here's the thing. Patriarchy thrives off of women who abandon themselves. Women who are selfless are actually just women who put other people's wants and needs above their own every single time. And that is why they are easier to control. This also reinforces traditional gender roles for women that, women are just meant to be homemakers and caretakers and nurturers. And by treating women's feelings as secondary, this also guarantees and ensures that men will forever have access to women's unpaid labor. So in case there is confusion, there is nothing romantic about sacrificing all that you are for a man. And to be quite frank, the right man would never put you in a position where you would have to do that.
I honestly feel that when a woman say these things, she's really trying to discourage other women from coming into the dating market because she literally wants to eliminate as much competition as she possibly can. I hear these statements and I just can't understand a woman could be that dumb, that ignorant to utter the fact that women are the only ones that are sacrificing to give men unpaid labor. In other words, come and cook and clean for her family. It really does not reinforce my whole outlook on the way modern women think. My wife knows that we are both sacrificing. Every day, both of us have to sacrifice. If we want to have kids, that's it. If we both want to have kids, kids cannot come simply from a woman. It has to come from male and female. And every man grows up knowing that the only way that he can make himself viable for a woman is that he has to bust his ass, develop his resources in order to give it to a woman in order for her to see that he's a viable candidate for her offspring. That giving is called sacrifice. That's the price he pays. The woman then says, yes, I accept that sacrifice, and I will now contribute to the offspring that we are both having. I will take your seed, incubate with my egg, my dormant egg, and we will have an offspring, and we will both sacrifice to bring up that offspring. This is evident in every single species around the freaking globe. Not just humans, not monkeys, not apes, not tigers, not lions, not whales. Every single species has to do this. Both have to sacrifice. I don't understand why women think that a man does not sacrifice. You think men want to just have sex with you alone? Hell no. We sacrifice every other woman and say we're going to be monogamous to you because that's how society have reared us. In the past, the strongest of the strongest had the majority and the pick of the freaking woman who wanted him. She didn't give a shit how many other women he had. As long as he could take care of her and his frame and his build and his resources were top notch, she didn't care. As long as she was being taken care of.
Baby Mama Hall of Fame. Nick Cannon has 12 kids with 6 different women. Terry Nutkins has 9 kids with 7 moms. Eddie Murphy has 10 kids with 8 women. Eugene Levy's the Wayne Gretzky of making copies. He's got 9 kids with 9 baby mamas. At just 23 years old, NBA Youngboy has 11 kids with 9 different mothers. Lil Randy has 13 children with 7 mothers in 5 different countries. Good thing he's a billionaire. Antonio Cromartie has 14 kids with 8 different women in 5 different states and a pair of post-vasectomy twins. He has a monthly child support payment of $330,000 a month and some murky swamp water. And Mr. Worldwide Frankie Muniz has 17 kids with 13 different women in 8 different countries. Agent Cody Pipes says he doesn't plan on getting a vasectomy anytime soon. Malcolm's a pure shooter.
But in today's environment, once we give women a little bit of freedom to make their own resources, guess what? She thinks that biology and all the rules that have been applied to life don't apply to her. Yeah, that's a long rant. But listen, my friends, this is the story we're going to be covering today. It's just that realization that we are in a stupid dating market. I can't call it anything else. So hit that like button, my friends. We're going to get into this subject today. It's going to be another lesson from the older man. Book a session if you need any help, if you need any mentoring services, if you need any advice when it comes to business, YouTube channel, creating your next content. Pick up the Content Creators Toolkit or the Digital Vault and start creating content today, my friends. Start making extra money. All right, so let's get into the next video.
Don't sacrifice your career. Don't sacrifice your dreams. Don't sacrifice your mental health. Don't sacrifice your money. Don't sacrifice yourself. There will not be a reward. There will not be any dividends. There is not going to be any recognition, no thank yous, and you may end up high and dry having to start over from scratch, depending on how your situation ends up and turns out. There are women, including myself, who are in relationships for decades, just for that all to go up in smoke and have to start over. So what I want you to hear me say is have your own money. Have your own way of making money, have your own career, have your own friend group, have your own support network, have your own social circle, have your own dreams. Don't sacrifice everything for a man, a marriage, or motherhood. It is never worth it. Don't sacrifice yourself.
Yep, another woman trying to keep other women single, trying to keep them out of the dating market. So this is a woman whose relationship has failed, and now she's bitter, she's sour, and she's now trying to keep other women single. It's shameful to watch. It's almost embarrassing to watch these women do this to each other. There is no sisterhood. You ladies should understand there's no sisterhood. Because every single woman who goes through a hard time in her relationship, she equates it to yours. And here's the thing that always blows my mind. A lot of these women think that if she takes herself out of the dating market and other women take themselves out of the dating market, that men are going to be suffering. Lady, that does not happen. Do you understand that there will always be more women on this earth than there are men? Men do most of the dangerous jobs. Men get killed more in wars. Because men work harder, men die sooner. So there are less men than there are women. So until 10% of women actually literally disappear from the earth to make it equal, one woman to one man. So I know why you have to try to eliminate as many women off the dating market as possible, because you know that you don't have a chance, especially as you get older, on the dating market against the younger women. Every day, another woman turns 21. Every day, another young girl turns legally 18. Every day. And all you old broads and all you 27, 28-year-olds that have gone through your whole phase and are now so traumatized and hurt because you have fell for the whole mantra of, I don't need no man and I'm going to go through my whole phase. And now you end up with a shitload of trauma telling other women, don't go for these men because you can't find one. You can't find another man who's eligible for you. You got Pookie or Ray Ray's baby, and you're screwed. You're a single mom. Now you're bitter. So ladies, please try to understand. When you take yourself off the dating market, the world just keeps moving. Just keeps moving. And when a man can't find any woman within his country who are eligible, he simply jumps on a plane and go and find someone somewhere else. Dating apps in other countries. All it takes is a VPN. Log into dating apps somewhere else, and he can actually talk to women halfway around the world. Instagram is one of the biggest dating apps right now. Jump onto Instagram, pop into some woman's DM that lives halfway across the world. Boom, you're eliminated. So you can cry all you want. Don't talk to these men. Okay. Thank you. You've just eliminated yourself. Great. If you want me to confirm what I'm saying, listen to this lady who actually went to a singles event.
Guys have made it in, and they got to just pick wherever they wanted to sit and who they wanted to start dating. And I'm alone. So many girls. Well, I know we're all like, So the guy's paid to be here. That's what's weird. And there's a lot more girls than guys. So that's weird. And it's not a situation of like where you date everyone and you just say yes or no or something. And then at the end, if you both said yes to each other, you hang out later.
Yes. Every freaking meetup that women and men have to get together, it's 10 to 2. For every 10 women, only 2 men are available for those 10 women. So tell me, who is in the demand? Who is in the bigger demand? If men were in demand, if men were desperate to get to these women, they would be flocking to these single events. But no, they're not. Men prefer to be on their own or dating overseas rather than dealing with modern Western women.
So honestly, I'd rather be single for another Christmas than settle for a boy who cheats on me or slides into another girl's DMs. All I'm seeing on social media platforms today is engagement announcements, pregnancy announcements, and like loved up posts, which is lovely. It is lovely, obviously, but some of you genuinely have earned yourself an Oscar for pretending and acting like your relationships are perfect. Is actually embarrassing. Do these girls not know their worth?
There she goes. She's now going to shame the women who have good relationships. It's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing that you're pretending like you're actually enjoying your relationships. It gets worse. It just gets worse. So everybody who's in relationships are apparently having a horrible time. But she's out here grooming her hair with her Botox and talking about how people are just in horrible relationships.
There is far too many people settling in this world, and I feel like that is why I've been single for so long, because like I do know my worth and I'm not willing to settle. Like, it's embarrassing. No.
Yeah, it's embarrassing for you because it means that no man that you want wants you. I don't understand why your brain can't comprehend that. You are the product on the market. The man chooses you. If the man isn't choosing you and you're still single, it means that the man that you want don't want you. You have overinflated your value. So you will sit on the shelf as you rot away till you hit your late 30s and 40s. And then you realize, holy shit, I screwed up because I thought I was hot shit. And apparently I wasn't. Listen, my dear, this game, relationship game, is only measured by results. Whether you have that ring, whether a man gets on his knees and says, hey, I'm prepared to take care of you. I'm prepared to have a life with you. And you're that insufferable that no man wants to do that. Just from your voice alone, I couldn't deal with that shit every day, to be honest with you.
Your worth and do not settle. Obviously, we'd all want that romantic Christmas. Like, I would love to have a boyfriend, but I'm not going to settle for somebody that cheats on me, that speaks to the girls behind my back. It's just fake, and you should never, ever, ever, ever bring a baby into that kind of world, because believe me, a baby's not going to make everything better. It actually puts more strain on a relationship. Like, believe me. But anyway, I hope they're happy, but wow, I don't think they really are. So that is why you should never, ever, ever compare your life to what you see on social media, because it's just fake. I think the ones that post the most with their relationship are usually the ones that are the most unhappy. Not always the case, but I do see that because I know a lot of these people personally, and it's actually baffling.
Oh, that got personal. It got personal. It slipped out. So I think she lost a man to another woman who got pregnant for the guy that she wanted. I think that's what happened there. And that woman posted it online. Yeah. It's sorrowful to watch these events unfold. You ladies think that you're way too special. The narcissism amongst modern women is just over the top, man.
I'm the type of single person that's like, yeah, I don't want to be single, but I don't want to not be single that bad. Like, I have made peace with being alone, and I am so happy by myself. Could I be happier with the right person? Very much so. But while I am by myself, I make myself as happy as I can possibly make myself.
Just talking out of both sides of her mouth. I want someone, but I'm happy by myself. Could I be a lot happier with someone else? I mean, how much more happy can you get than happy? Come on, lady. You're happy. What is happiness versus happiness? No, there's no freaking difference. What you should say is, I am unhappy. This side, I need someone to make me complete and happier. Because there's no such thing as happy and happier. There's no such thing. I know a lot of you make that same mistake. I'm happy, but I could be happier with $1 million. No, not really. If all your basic needs are met, where you don't have to worry about bills, if I throw you $1 million, it's not going to make you any happier. Because all you're going to do is buy the same shit. So all what you're going to do is just adjust to this happy, what you perceive as this happy. And then when that becomes normal, then happiness then levels out again. If you're not happy, and I gave you $1 million, but it wasn't because of finances that you weren't happy with, all of a sudden, you're going to be an unhappy millionaire. Get my point? Unhappy broke person, lonely and unhappy, give you $1 million, you're going to be rich. But if no one still don't want you, you're literally going to be just a rich, unhappy person. We know these people exist. They off themselves quite a few times. We see these people, especially celebrities, etc. We see them off themselves. So we know that unhappy rich people exist. You might get a momentary pleasure from having an excess amount of disposable income, but that comes with all the problems. Just saying. Tell me I'm wrong.
30 and single. This girl Jordan went viral recently for talking about being 30 and single. Still going out, still hoping to meet someone, but feeling stuck in a cycle of shallow nightlife and disappointing relationships while her married friends head home to stability before the clock strikes 12.
I know you guys know the feeling, but you know, when you're 30 years old and you're single and you're like trying to put yourself out there and your friends are all married and they're like, oh, let's go to the D-backs game, and you're like sick, and then you think like it's gonna be a night out, and then they're like 7th inning in and they're like, yeah, let's go get some ice cream after this, and I'm like, oh fuck, we have really different vibes of like what the night is gonna look like. So then you're like scouring for friends that are potentially out in the same area that you are so that you're at least trying to meet new people. Like, I'm a pathetic fucking loser, but here I am putting my best foot forward, trying to just like do things as a single woman and not like go home and like cry myself to sleep. So we all know the feeling, right?
When the video got traction, some of the response, mostly from men, was harsh. Many basically said, she must be the problem. She did not take that quietly. She fired back, saying, men love to find women in their 30s, especially if they're pretty, and pin the blame on them for being single. While, according to her, she just has standards. She doesn't want to settle for incompetent losers. That was her phrase. And yeah, she didn't hold back on the expletives, which is fine, but also not my classy cup of tea. And let's not pretend that it doesn't matter or have any sort of impact on the circles that you run in.
Men will really say anything and make any excuse to see a pretty woman who's single in her 30s and blame it on everything that that woman has done instead of like the circumstances or maybe like fucking toxic men like them. How about I don't want to go for fucking incompetent men like you? Loser men like you. Let's start there, okay? No, all of that is incorrect, okay? And who fucking cares? It's just, you see a prettier woman and you're like, oh, well, no shit, she can be taken. Like, it's all on her. It's all her. Okay, sorry, I have fucking standards. Sorry, I want to be attracted to someone. Sorry, I want to be respected. Sorry, I don't want to fucking be with an incompetent man. Sorry, I don't want to be fucking that man's mother. God fucking forbid. Y'all think it's so fucking easy, probably because you're in fucking miserable relationships or fucking marriages and your wives fucking hate you because you actually are an asshole. and you want to take it out on someone on the internet. That's what you want to do.
The male loser epidemic has gotten so bad that it's honestly so pathetic at this point. Like, why do you think you're fucking lonely? You're fucking lonely because we don't want to be with you. Because look at how pathetic you are. You are lonely because you're a motherfucking loser. Like, it's fucking embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed for you. And it's like most fucking men too. Like, it's literally most fucking men. Most men are fucking losers.
You know, she would have been so much more attractive if she had said, hey, guys, listen, my relationships in the past just never worked out. I really don't want to go into the details of why they didn't work out. Maybe some of it was my fault. Maybe I chose wrong, but they never worked out. But I'm here now, and I've woken up and I've realized that I need to change something in order for me to attract the right man. If you're the right man and you want to give me a chance, I would love to hear from you. Boom! Her DMs would just freaking go through the roof. But no, she had to go the stupid feminist route. And so every man now will see her and go, I can see exactly why she's single. Because those are the exact type of women that men run from. This is your typical modern woman. This is a nightmare. But you women have no freaking clue what a relationship is. And this is a clear indication of what we have to pick from when it comes to dating in the modern Western environment. A classy, good, humble wife, potential wife, would done exactly what I told you there. But no, this is not the type of woman we got.
Now, as a man in his 30s, in a healthy relationship with a woman also in her 30s, I have a few thoughts because I've played the field. I've also done the work. And I think both things can be true. Sometimes men really are the problem. Sometimes women really are the problem. And sometimes it's not about blame at all. It's about broken patterns no one is willing to look at, because blame always justifies a lack of personal accountability, which is a major red flag. And one of the biggest green flags in dating is someone who spends more time naming their own parts in their patterns. I've seen incredible women, faithful, grounded, generous, spend a decade with men who waste her youth and her heart only to drop her off at 28 with a couple of kids in tow and no stability. That doesn't make her the problem, but it does leave her in a hard place to navigate into her 30s, even without kids. And on the flip side, I've seen women hit 30 leaving a trail of chaos in her wake. No self-reflection, no accountability, but still expecting commitment from the men that they most desire, and then blaming all men when it doesn't work. Yes, you should be loved for who you are, but who you are isn't just your potential. It's also your current behavior patterns, and some patterns are pushing away the very kind of love and relationships that you're waiting for. For example, picture a man saying, I'm broke, I have no ambition, but I want an amazing woman to care for me. Cool. Maybe that woman exists, but you're looking for a needle in a haystack, and I'm going to say nothing about that mindset is healed or healthy. So good luck with that.
And that's my point. The brother nailed it. There are bad seeds on both sides. We have now entered into an epidemic of males and females who have no relationship skills. None whatsoever. Most eligible men who can hook up have great hookup skills, but they don't have any relationship skills. And usually that's because the type of woman that they do meet only have hookup skills. And both of them play these games of, I'm not going to give, I'm just going to take. I'm going to take as much as I can. I'm going to just take. Because a major part of getting into a relationship is let's give. But both parties today are only prepared to give just enough to get what they want. And they just eke out just a little bit. Here, there's some crumbs. Take that. Good, I get some sex. And then she goes, oh, okay, I'm going to give him some sex because I need some money. I need some bills paid. And she gives him a little sex over here. And these little exchanges. Oh, I'm going to take her out for dinner. Oh, I get some sex. And we go back and forth with these just stupid little transactions back and forth. And to them, that's a relationship. And today, modern couples, they will do that back and forth shit while they bust their asses at work and really don't give each other any other sort of commitment. Depending on the money, they'll go on trips or they'll go on, weekend activities or sleep over a few nights, etc. But it has no depth to it. Nothing. And it's a painful thing to watch. But one thing women have to realize is that men have choices. Whether it's overseas, whether it's being alone, whether it's having multiple women, if he's a higher value man, or whether he just want to freaking wank. Listen to this story here.
Tell you about the time I had to leave this relationship because I found out that the person I was messing with, he was addicted to corn. You can't say that word on social media, so just replace the C with the P. Being addicted to corn wasn't the worst part. Let me tell you why I left. So I found out he was addicted because it'll be like the middle of the night and I'll just randomly wake up out my sleep and he'll be like in the bathroom with the door locked. So me being who I am, I will put something in the door like pop the lock. He'd be full on into it. And I'm like, you weird. Like, why would you be doing that? And I'm right there sleeping. Like, you can tap me on the shoulder. But it gets worse. I decided to take his phone one day and go through it because I wanted to see what he was actually looking at. Like, let me see what pleases you. What he was typing in was the reason why I was like, okay, enough is enough. So he was typing in stuff like big booty Dominican girls, light-skinned girls with BBLs, pretty light-skinned girls.
Lady, let me explain this to you about men and corn. Men want different from what they're getting on a regular basis. That satisfies his whole urge to procreate with different women. If he can't do it physically, he has to do it mentally. Okay, so you have to understand he's not going to type in somebody that looks like you. Men always want something different. This is what women don't get. So when a man commits to you, he literally gives up all the other women that he has potential of getting. But this is just another way of where men literally pull back. It's another option for men. What she's upset about is that he has an alternative outlet that isn't her. That makes her upset. You just wait till those AI robots come. They're not far behind. Women want to feel desired. That's the thing. If a woman doesn't feel desired, it really pisses her off.
Y'all, when women get rejected, oh, it's deep. I don't know what it is, but we do not handle it well. Actually, I do know what it is, and I'm going to tell you in this video. Women desire to be desired. Okay, that is something you're going to see in every woman. She wants to be desired. Some people allow their desire to run them. Some people can harness their desire, but all women deep down want to be desired. And so when she's not desired or does not feel desirable, she takes that internally. I mean, it makes her sad. It can cause depression. It can cause anxiety. It can cause you to feel like you're not good enough. It can cause hopelessness. I mean, it gets very deep. Because of that, I think a lot of women don't put themselves out there. I think it boils down to one simple thing. That as women, we have to accept that looks matter. And we can fight it, we can argue it, but looks matter. And when a man's not attracted to us, it hits deep. Because most men are rejecting you because they're not attracted to you.
Yeah, that's the reality, my friend. Samantha, you're an idiot for breaking up with Tyrese, but you do have some good facts. The previous lady who rejected her man because he was self-satisfying himself, she could not handle the fact that he did not feel enamored and constantly wanting to freaking claw at her and hold and grab her. She lost the power of the P, so she couldn't control him. Every woman wants to feel that her desirability is her superpower. And this man said, no, I prefer to lube up my hands, some good lotion, and I'm good to go. I would love to hear his side of the story. I can almost assure you that it's probably one of those stories where, man, I've been trying for weeks. This woman just won't give it to me when I want it. So man had to go in the bathroom and do what he had to do. All right, my friends, listen, I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope you got a lot of lessons out of this one. The reality of it is, man, the dating market is just so fragmented and so friggin' messed up. I'm hoping to bring some sort of sanity back to it. But you let me know. You let me know if you're having any problems, my friends. So please like this video on the way out. And until tomorrow, my friends, remember, whenever in doubt, always, Ask an older man. See you soon. Cheers.